Hello, my earth signs. Hope everyone is doing well. And welcome back to your divinely guided law of attraction lesson for earth signs. And if you are new here, these are not tarot readings or anything like that, actually. These are lessons to teach you how to use your invisible body part called your biofield, and it is used through the law of attraction. So these are oracle readings where I allow, these are all techniques and lessons in law of attraction and all sorts of statements, and I let guidance of divine decide what is the most appropriate technique or lesson that earth signs need to learn when you come across this timeless reading. Okay, so let's get into it. What do my earth signs apparently this has to come out. What do my earth signs want to learn this week? Alright. Those ones really want to jump out. Okay, we are just going to add to it now. What we got here? And just as we're emptying here, you are aware, right, that you have this invisible body part. I like to call it your body armor, because when you learn how to use it, it's like learning how to walk. It is literally a body part. But when you learn how to use it, you can use it to protect yourself. You can use it to attract things to you. You can use it to pretty much go invisible if you need to. All right, let's see what we got here for our earth signs. If you don't act on your ideas, someone else will. Thoughts add to the ether. Okay, so this is a lesson. See, as you think things, they leave your head and become basically building blocks of a frequency that will attract other building blocks to it of the same frequency and same ideas. And if you don't have your magnetic field operating strong enough to bring those ideas back to you, and you don't think about them long enough to get momentum built to them so that they magnetically attract and stay within your ether, then they just become blocks of energy that float around, and when somebody else thinks something along the same frequency, it will get attracted to it, and somebody else will probably come up with that idea, only it'll probably be even more refined because it's had time for other ideas similar to it of the same frequency to attach to it. Okay, have you ever thought of something and then 2-3 years later you hear about this major invention and you're like, oh, I thought of that. Prime example. Okay, but that also means that there's great ideas that other people have thought of, literally just floating around in the ethers as plasma and available to you to activate, to reach out to. So when you create your magnetic field, it's attracting to you all these different ideas that are of the same magnetic field. Okay, all right. AI is just a copy of OI. Learn to reconnect. Think about this. Artificial intelligence. Artificial means that it's not real, right? It's a copy of something. Just like artificial flavorings are a copy of an original flavor, right? So if artificial intelligence is a copy of something, what is it a copy of? It's a copy of original intelligence. Well, what is original intelligence? Original intelligence is the thinking substance that fills up all the space in between the physical objects. Okay? Again, ethers, plasma, source, God. There's so many different labels you can put on it. Creation, creator. It's thinking. It's thoughts that are available to you. Okay? But it's original thoughts. It's my thoughts, your ancestors' thoughts, the greatest geniuses' thoughts. It's all out there in space, in the ethers, in the plasma, just waiting to be accessed. Okay? We have connection through our thoughts to connect to that original intelligence, source intelligence, source energy. Okay? AI is just a copy of what we already are capable of doing. We've just never learned how to do it. And make no mistake, that was on purpose. Okay? If we knew how to use our biofield and access original intelligence, do you honestly think that AI would be such a big deal? No, it would be a cheap China knockoff, right? But because we don't know how to access this, AI seems like such a cool thing. And it is pretty cool, and it can be used for a lot of great things. But it's a copy. It's a copy of what you already have access to. Okay? You have power, availability. You are so much smarter than you think you are, because you have access to all the geniuses' brains that ever existed. Okay? All right, let's see here. Got a couple of Bible verses in here. I'm thinking somebody needed some reassurance that this is a godly thing. Jesus was teaching law of attraction all along. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but I teach that when I do Q Rocks. Those are the sayings of Jesus, and I can say how they relate to law of attraction. Okay, so in Thessalonians 5:16-18, rejoice always, pray without ceasing, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Right? Okay? Rejoice always. Be at a higher vibe. Joyous. Pray without ceasing. Always be with praise. To the fact that you have this inner spark, this divine spark within you that is electrical, and you have the ability to create a magnetic field with that divine spark. Okay, give thanks. That's gratitude is one of the highest emotions. In order to have your frequency in the high, rejoice is a high frequency. Okay, God was teaching us to stay in a high vibe. All right, and when you're in the high vibe, well, when you're in any vibe, Job 22:28, you will also decree a thing and it will be established for you. This is saying that what you talk about, you bring about, you create with your words, okay? And when you rejoice always and praise without ceasing and in everything give thanks, then what you are creating will always be high vibrational things. Whether you manifest it within your own life or not, you are putting it out to the ethers. You are making it available for somebody, okay? If not yourself, for somebody. And it's always great to fill the field with rejoiceful things and and things to give thanks for, right? Decree those things. Say them. Say it out loud. Make it so, okay? When you talk about it, you bring it about, okay? And once you realize that this has been written about since the early days, you believe that it works, all right? You have to believe it in order to see it. A lot of people say, oh, I'll believe it when I see it, but that's backwards. You have to believe it. You have to be in the same frequency as if it already exists. So you have to believe it in order to attract it to you, in order to see it in your existence. Okay? Appreciate the good stuff and more good comes. That goes along with the in everything give thanks. All right? When you appreciate things, gratitude is a very high frequency and it's a very powerful frequency. So when you appreciate stuff you already have, the good things that are going on in your life, if you appreciate and decree it, say your appreciation out loud, decree it that you are appreciative and thank you that this is available, or whatever it is that you appreciate that stuff, it put yourself in that vibration of gratitude, then you are automatically attracting to you more things, reasons, experiences, whatever, that make you feel grateful. Like, oh, that's so awesome that happened. I'm so happy that happened. When you just soak it, okay? The more you decree it and the good stuff, all right? It looks like you guys just need to remember this. These are all very similar, the same message here. Imagine it, feel it, receive it, okay? What is it that you're trying to bring closer to you? Imagine that. What would it feel like to have that already happening? Okay, what would that feel like? Try to bring yourself to feeling it as if it's already happening right now. And by doing that, you are creating the same magnetic field as it in order to receive it. You can't receive it if you are not tuned to the same frequency of it. Okay? The only way to tune to the same frequency of it is to feel it and to picture it in your mind's eye as if it's already happening. All right? And don't be afraid to do something. Is there something that you've been dreaming all your life to do? Take that step. It doesn't matter how insignificant it may seem in the moment. All right? The smallest little shift. If you're building something and you set the peg in the corner and you measure it out, and this peg is out just the tiniest little bit, okay? That tiny little bit makes such a big difference when you get to the whole length of the wall. It may only be a quarter of an inch out here, but by the time you get to the other end, it's out like 3 or 4 inches, and that's a big difference. That's a whole nother path. So taking that step towards your goals and your dreams may just be a tiny little step at this end of the path. But at the other end of the path, that's a whole new path. It's a whole new direction, okay? If you have goals and things you want to reach, the only way you're going to get there is to take that first step, all right? It may not be much, but that 1 inch at this end is that 3 feet closer to gold you are at the other end, all right? How you treat yourself tells others how to treat you, all right? You draw the bar. So when you sacrifice your own self for others, you may think that it's for the good of others, and you may do it with great intentions and all those things. But if it's a sacrifice of your own, it's showing the lack of value that you give yourself. It's not helping you any, and you can't be of value to other people when you don't value yourself. You have to fill your own cup first in order to have something worth giving to somebody else. Okay? So if you're giving in sacrifice, it's in an energy of lack. It's only giving more building blocks to other people of a lack building block. That you're not helping anybody by doing that. And you're not helping yourself. So treat yourself with respect, first off, okay? That holds the bar for others to treat you, and it only means people who will respect you will be in your experience, okay? You won't get these lame people interacting with you. It doesn't mean they're not there. Of course they are. They're all over. But if you're vibrating at a respectful, because you respect yourself, energy, then only others that also have that respect would be able to even interact with you. Okay? They're still out there, whatever, but they're not part of your experience. Okay? How you treat yourself determines how other people treat you and interact with you. All right? Okay, I think we covered it all. So most of this, I think you just need a reminder to believe in it, that you are connected to something that's way, way better than AI. It's way better than AI will ever even imagine to be, okay? OI, that's where it's at. And as we learn our invisible body part, we will learn how to connect to OI. All right? We won't need AI. All right? Okay, let's see what manifestation card we have for our earth signs this week. I hope you're learning something here that you can take with you. Remember some of these things. Remember to imagine it. Take a few minutes, okay? Throw some gratitude out for things you already have. Feel what you're trying to imagine you'd have. You got to get yourself in that vibration for 17 seconds, and then another 17, and another 17 seconds to 68 seconds. Once you cross that threshold of 68 seconds, you have successfully created a magnetic field that has momentum behind it that can carry on its own as you, even if you forget about it after that, okay? Oh, look at these two that jumped out on here. Okay, here we go. Live your dream on the inside first. See it in your mind and feel it in your heart until it feels completely real to you. And then it will manifest in your life. This is exactly what we're just talking about, okay? You have to feel it. As the energy, as you think it, you draw the energy through your body. And as you draw energy through your body, you automatically create a magnetic field of that same frequency emanating perpendicular to that energy flow, okay? And when you feel it, the way you see it, the way you want it to be, you match the frequency of it. It will manifest in your life. It'll come to you. You won't have to look for it. It'll literally just come to you in many different ways and options and available ways for it to manifest, okay? What you resist persists. That means whatever you passionately don't want, you are inviting to you. Put the power of your passionate emotions into what you do want and bring those things to you. Okay? A war on war only creates war, more war. A war on drugs only creates more drugs. Okay? It's what you resist persists, because when you are looking at what you don't want and you're giving energy to what you don't want, the universe does not see that as in not wanting it. The universe sees you as focusing on it and giving it energy, therefore drawing it to you closer. Okay? Don't be tricked by that. The TV and the news and everything, they try to trick you with that. They get you all fear mongering and all that other stuff. They just have you focused on what they want energy for, because they know that we are the creators. So they want you focused on things to create for them. They don't push against all this stuff that they want you to push against. Just ignore it. Turn your cheek. Look the other way. The solutions are on the other end of the stick. And as long as you're focusing on the end that is negative, then you're giving it power. Whether you like it or not, you are giving it power. So you gotta stop resisting stuff, stop pushing against things, and start looking the other way at what the solution to those things are. Because what you resist persists. All right? So live your dream instead. Imagine, get your imagination going on what your dreams. Put that focus on creating what you want instead of paying attention. Your attention is your currency. What you're paying attention to grows. Which one would you rather grow? Pay attention to that. Which one are you paying your attention to? There you go. That answers your question. There's a good check all through your week. What are you thinking about? Just out of the blue. Catch your thoughts. What are you thinking about? What are you paying your attention to? Because that's what's growing. All right? I think you want to pay your attention to that. Not to that anymore. Have a wonderful week, everyone. We'll see you next week. And if you're new, like and subscribe and catch these all around. Like I said, not a tarot reading, law of attraction oracle readings, so that we can learn to utilize our invisible body part to create the life of our dreams. All right, Earth signs, we'll see you next week. God bless you all, and we'll see you later. Bye.